Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Dynamic Sean's View Entertainment right here on YouTube.com. Make sure to like this video and subscribe, where it's always prolific, consistent, and dedicated with your Money in the Bank 2014 pay-per-view WWE Network review. And boy, did this kick off with a bang. The WWE Tag Team Championships was on the line. It was the Usos versus the Wyatt family, and you want to talk about an electric crowd. Boston was hot tonight. They were hot, they were ready, and this was off the charts. Ladies and gentlemen, this was a very impressive match, a very solid match. I give it 5 out of 5 stars. It was intense, it was physical, there was plenty of near falls. You know, it definitely set the tone for what was one hell of a night at Money in the Bank, no doubt about it. The Usos somehow, someway come away still the WWE Tag Team Champions in a match that I thoroughly enjoyed. Like I said, 5 out of 5 stars. You may think I'm overrating it, but I'm just calling it as I see it. The next match was the Divas Championship. This was an alright match. You could see that the friction between the Funkadactyls is starting to heat up, as Naomi, as soon as she was getting, you know, the leverage, or as soon as she was having the advantage in the match, you could see that Cameron was very upset. You could see she was jealous. And in the end, after it was a good match. It wasn't, you know, anything great or spectacular, but it was a good match. You know, Naomi, you know, she definitely impresses me. You know, she's very athletic. You know, she's very courageous. But in the end, once again, Paige comes away still the Divas Champion in a match I would say was 3 out of 5 stars. So far, damn good Money in the Bank. Only 2 matches in. We got a long way to go, but we're going to see where this leads us. And it's funny, just because I said that this pay-per-view is off to a good start, then we get a filler match with Adam Rose versus Damian Sandow, who was dressed tonight as Paul Revere. This was just silly. This was a stupid, shouldn't have been on the card. No meaning, no nothing. Up next, what really matters about Money in the Bank, the Money in the Bank contract ladder match. I give it up to all superstars involved in this match. It looked as if Dean Ambrose suffered a shoulder injury, but the tough SOB that he is came back into the match. There was some highlights. There was some high-flying moments. There was some, oh my God, unbelievable moments. But in the end, Kane would come out and be the difference maker, because once Dean Ambrose would come back out from his shoulder injury, that just shows you the toughness of Dean Ambrose and really wanting that Money in the Bank contract. What would happen in from there is Kane would come down. Kane, who has no business in this match, would intervene, and due to Kane intercepting, Seth Rollins would grab the briefcase, climb the ladder, and Seth Rollins is your Money in the Bank winner. But this was a good match. I mean, I've seen better Money in the Bank ladder matches. Like I said, Rob Van Dam had some highlights. Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. I mean, what a suplex off the top. I mean, a super duperplex. A suplex like that I haven't seen in a long time off the top of the ladder. Dolph Ziggler and Kofi Kingston tried to break through that glass ceiling once again, but they just weren't able to get the job done tonight. But like I said, that match was alright. I give it 4 out of 5 stars. Then up next it was Stardust and Goldust versus Ryback. So this was an alright match. Stardust and Goldust once again continue their winning ways. They're back on a positive path. So that match was alright. You know, nothing extravagant. You know, and if I didn't mention already earlier in that match with Paige, it was alright, but I think I already gave my view of that. And then, ladies and gentlemen, there it was Rusev versus Big E. Now, Big E brought the fight to Rusev. Big E would not back up. He would not back down. There was no intimidation. And I thought for a few seconds that Rusev was actually going to get beat, because he had Rusev on the ropes. Rusev was actually down on the mat. Like I said, there were you know, brilliance of, you know, there was times in this match where you thought Big E really had this match, you know, took the strap down. But once again, Rusev, once again, too tough, too strong, and but you got to give up for Big E. This match, though, it was solid. I think it was actually a little bit better than their match last month. I give the match about 3.5 out of 5 stars. So up to this point, Money in the Bank, like I said, it started off strong, and then it slowly got a little bit, I wouldn't say worse or bad, but decent, okay? It hasn't gotten better since the first 2 matches to kick off Money in the Bank. Excuse me. My excitement level is through the roof right now, just due to those 2 matches that we just had, but we'll see what Money in the Bank brings. So Seth Rollins, your Money in the Bank winner, and the Usos still the WWE Tag Team Champions, and Paige still the WWE Women's, well, Divas Champion. And then up next at the Money in the Bank with Fandango in the middle as the special guest referee, it would be Layla versus Summer Rae. Once again, in my opinion, yet another filler match. Maybe if given enough more time, this match could have been a little bit better on, say, Raw or Main Event, and this is pretty much where that match should have been. Like a couple other matches earlier tonight should have been on just Raw or Main Event. But be that as it may, Layla gets the victory over Summer Rae in a match that, well, if you missed it, you didn't miss much. I don't want to say that. I'm not doing that to hate or discriminate or criticize, but it's just the way it is. And once again, I'm just telling it the way it is. Once again, like I said, Money in the Bank, it started strong. And right now, it's like right in the middle, and I don't want it to drop. So maybe we can go a little bit up further like this. All right. And then it was indeed time for the main event, the main attraction, the WWE World Heavyweight Championship ladder match. There was body, there was blood, there was brutality, and in it all, John Cena, the brand new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. I'm excited. I'm happy. We knew this was going to happen. It was expected. It was rumored. It was speculated. But in this pay-per-view, I had high expectations. I thought it was going to be must-see. I thought it was going to be over the top. I thought it was going to be extreme. Now, yes, there were a couple good matches. There were a couple good, solid matches. The night started off strong, but from there, it kind of just dwindled. It went downtown to Chinatown. And match of the night, the tag team match, the Divas match was all right. And then the final match to close the show was good, but I don't know. I wasn't feeling it. I don't know. The vibe wasn't there. Something wasn't right about this pay-per-view. And even the closing match, it was okay. The ladder match is all right. The Money in the Bank contract match was okay, but I have seen better. I don't know. It's just, I don't know if it's because they're $9.99 now and the WWE feels like they have to give less of an effort now. I mean, like I said, I'm happy that John Cena's champion, but he's not going to be champion for a long time. We already know this. Brock Lesnar is going to become the next champion unless the WWE decides to swerve us. But the pay-per-view started with an extreme high and then ended with a low as it concerns the whole pay-per-view. I mean, it didn't end with a low with John Cena becoming champion, although a lot of you people will say that. But it just, I don't know, it had its moments, but they were very few and far between. Like I said, I expected a lot more from Money in the Bank tonight. So on a scale of 10, I didn't think I would give it this rating, but I'd have to give it 6 out of 10, and that's just being nice. Yeah, I mean, the outcomes, and Ziggler should have won. Cesaro should have won, but we all know Cena was going to win anyways. And I think Naomi should have probably become the new Divas Champion. But a lot of things didn't go my way, and, I had high expectations, but they were not met tonight. Like I said, I expected a lot more from Money in the Bank, and it did not bank out tonight too well. Subscribe.